Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is Eric Patterson. It is March 20th, 2021. Happy spring equinox. I figure spring equinox was a good time to start things. Here in Dayton, Ohio, things are starting to sprout. Cold weather crops are getting planted and whatnot. So here we go. I'm not real sure what my channel is about yet. I know I want to create content about sustainability, self-reliance, and things like that. That's what I'm into. You know, this year I live in a modest, very small, about an 800 square foot home with my roommate Sue. We rent, and we're in a township, but we're right upon the edge of Dayton, Ohio. This year we're gonna try to do some hay bale gardening. We'll see how that goes. Neither one of us are what you would call an avid gardener. We grow stuff occasionally, and sometimes it comes up, sometimes it doesn't, with no real reason as to why or how or any of that stuff. So maybe this year we're going to try to be a little more methodical and get some stuff growing. Generally we get, you know, our share of tomatoes and easy stuff like that. I say easy. Our biggest challenge is cabbage, cauliflower, cold weather crops, I would assume. But anyway, so we're gonna try our hand at hay bale gardening this year and see what comes of that, and hopefully you'll follow along for that. Another thing is we do have a shed out here that has no electricity. I have purchased 4 100-watt solar panels that I hope to run electricity to that and do some work in there. There will also be some woodworking projects. Like I said, we are here in a township. I've recently found out that we can have chickens. This property is zoned for 4 chickens. I'm gonna try maybe 6. That's the allowable. Let's see who complains, if anybody. So there's that. I hope to maybe do some interviews with either permaculture farmers, organic farmers, and just to see what they're doing on their farms, and maybe a couple visits to our local farmers markets. I did some research, and we have around, I think it was a 50 or so organic gardeners, or not gardeners, but farmers, produce farmers here in the Dayton area and surrounding area. So maybe I will be able to, you know, get some interviews with those guys and see how they do things and what can we do like them to not impact the earth so much. I'm very much into more holistic eating. I tend to be more plant-based in my food consumption than carnivore, than meat. That's just a choice. Personally, I don't think food tastes that good coming from the grocery store. especially meat. Not that I have anything necessarily against it. It just doesn't taste good to me anymore. Um, Specifically, I still eat fish, chicken, pork. I have not eaten beef in 35 years. Maybe a little longer than that. About 35 years. Um, just because I've seen the how it's produced, and it's just a choice I've made. I was a vegetarian for a long time, and then started eating meat again because who doesn't like bacon? But I want to create content that I enjoy, that things that I want to know about, things that interest me, and I hope it interests you too. As you'll see behind me, this is the east, and we have all of these trees here, which shades this property pretty good during the summertime, all the way over to here. So generally the only time that we get any sunlight directly behind the house is when the sun is almost at high noon to about 2 o'clock, and then the house shades this area right here where I'm standing. There's almost continuous shade in the side yard, we'll call it, right over here during the summer months. So not ideal for solar or growing vegetables to any great degree. But I don't intend on being on this property forever. I'm hoping within this year I can find a piece of land and purchase it, move, and start building a small homestead. Now don't get me wrong, I'm 51 years old. I know homesteading is difficult, is a hard life, is a hard thing, especially at the beginning. I've got plenty more years in me. I'm not afraid of hard work. Nor do I have the misconception or belief that I'm going to start farming and it's going to pay my bills. I know that's not true, especially at first. It would be nice if we would pay some bills, but again, that is not the goal. The goal is to be more self-sufficient and self-reliant. Social Security is not going to take care of me. My investments, let's say, there's not much left of those any longer. Due to our downturn in our economy, and the market is quite volatile. I have, however, been able to save myself a little nest egg, which I intend to put down on a piece of property, either finance it or purchase it outright. Again, this is a small nest egg, not nearly what some folks that I've watched here, who have sold everything they own, their house, their cars. Unfortunately, I don't have a house to sell. But again, I don't have a lot of bills either at this point. I have done my best to become as debt-free as possible. Right now, I'm sharing this house, so I'm sharing the rent. I'm sharing the utilities with another person, Sue, and it's working out good for both of us. I'm able to sock away some money. She's able to make her bills, and she is doing her best to knock those down so she is debt free as well. She's not quite there yet. Every dime that I have is going into savings for this goal. Where am I looking? Well, unfortunately, Ohio isn't the friendliest to homesteaders or to people who want to live off-grid or things of that nature. There's a lot of rules and regulations, so I'm obviously looking for somewhere that I can live a lot freer. Places like North Carolina, Tennessee, Missouri, Texas, Idaho, but it's a little cold there. Michigan as well. But I grew up mostly in the South. My family moved around quite a bit when we were kids. We've lived in cities and we've lived out in the country. Sometimes we had animals, sometimes we just couldn't. We lived in subdivisions, but I mean, it is what it is. So the cold weather, especially here in Ohio, I've been here in Ohio for 25 years now. Doggone it, it's cold. I don't like it. I want to go south. So I'm going south. Arkansas sounds good. Anyway, I hope you follow along with my journey. Till then, we'll see you on the next one.